Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, Becky Lynch blasts the AEW Women's division.
I'm going to tell you how Mustafa Ali's return was almost a lot worse.
A big name appears to be done with NXT.
And a surprise return on last night's episode of NXT 2.0.
Oh.
I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
I'm also wondering why Tony D'Angelo versus Von Wagner went 10 minutes. That was a...
biggest win of Von Wagner's career, that's what they said. And he's beaten Kyle O'Reilly, so, that stacks up.
I like both of those guys to varying degrees, but interesting choices. Anyways.
Get these schmucks out of here.
Becky Lynch has been stirring the pot, and this rules.
Oh, here we go.
This is great stuff, this. Right, where do we begin with this? You might have seen it was doing the rounds yesterday. It's Becky Lynch's thoughts on the AEW Women's division. Now, she was on a podcast, the Drew Garabo live featured cut of the day.
One of the best podcasts out there, that's not ours.
It's like an 11-minute clip that got uploaded yesterday, and she was asked about competition, and well, it got a little spicy. Here's what she said. I'll just read the words and then we'll break it down.
Oh, good.
I wish I could say yes, but unfortunately, I don't think they are represented the way we are. They don't get as much time as we get, and frankly, they're not as good as we are. We have, certainly on Raw, the best women's division in the world. I say that without hesitation in my voice. We have the best women's division in the world. Now, she continued a little bit, saying that she welcomes competition, Becky does, but WWE are on a different level. Competition is great, and it's great for there to be another place, and I have a very good friend, Ruby Soho, over there, and I would love to see her as a champion one day. I would love to see her get the spotlight she deserves. Competition is always great. Over here, we're on another level. Now, she knows what she's doing.
Oh, 100%.
The first point here. Just like her husband, Becky Lynch knows what she's doing.
And just like Kenny Omega, where he said there's no good wrestlers in 2022, basically.
They're all playing the same game. Now, I have a couple of thoughts on this. Number one, in character, a lot of this stuff, absolutely, 100%. I think that's what a lot of people missed when they just read the words on the screen.
Yes.
And maybe went, it's my favourite company, how dare you say that. Number two, kayfabe has been dead for about 40 years. This is the new work. This is how you mobilize your base and annoy another one. So she understands completely what she's doing here. Now, I saw a lot of people, a lot of really good, follows on Twitter and well-meaning pundits and stuff, digging into the weeds of this and stuff. And if you were to break this down, okay, at the absolute top, I think, generally speaking, if I was to sit here and go which division is better, I would say that WWE handle women's wrestling a little bit better than AEW.
Absolutely.
For sure. And, even if you look at in-ring quality, particularly this year, what does AEW have that would rival something like Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch? Absolutely nothing would be my answer to that. Even something like the Charlotte versus Naomi match from SmackDown a couple of months ago, that was tremendous. I don't think even anything in, maybe one of the deep Shida matches from a few months ago, but not quite on the same caliber. There are deep flaws within both companies' booking, and it's different on both sides. And the AEW Women's division is something I criticise every single week in my Ups and Downs article, it feels like. Not because of the talent, but because of, the slivers they're given to exist on. WWE has very good title divisions, but often below the title divisions there's not really a whole lot going on, which is a shame because they do have a very stacked roster. I will say as well, and Dave Meltzer made this point and was understandably mocked for it, for taking it a bit too seriously perhaps, you can't say you have the best women's division in the world when Stardom exists, brother. That's completely impossible.
So he turned off the replies on that tweet quick.
Yeah, he should have done as well. But again, Becky knows exactly what she's doing. Look, I love stuff like this. I think it's fun, and just try not to get worked up by it.
Yeah, I'm not going too close to this one. I was going to mention the Dave Meltzer tweet because I was going to say, that's the take, and then we saw what happened with that. Look, I think Becky's right to a certain extent. Like you say, I think WWE's women's division, in terms of pure talent, is better than AEW's. But I think you're right. I think both divisions, and Sidge was talking about this on Twitter just yesterday, I believe. This arguably applies to WWE as well. Beyond the title picture, and even then with some title matches in AEW where they just go, this woman's gone on a 20-match undefeated streak, and you're like, I've not seen any of those. Both scenes outside of the title picture need vast improvement and need more attention in terms of it just be. You can't just say, whether it's AEW or WWE, these two women are in a feud. I need something, and it can't be a man that they have to fight over.
Yeah, and if you want to hold WWE up as some kind of example, and obviously she's used Raw here, fair play. SmackDown had no women's matches on it this week, so if you're sitting there with, like, counting minutes assigned and stuff, it's like, boom, there you go. Yeah, I mean, man, both have their flaws. I think if you were to consider the positives and negatives of both, you would probably put WWE's presentation a little higher. I certainly would. You're free to disagree. But yeah, I mean, this is just fun.
And arguably, you know, nowadays, to generalise for the past like 5-10 years, the women's division is the best it's ever been in terms of, you know, worldwide wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely.
In terms of the amount of talent and the amount of, you know, the fact we've got dream matches now. You know, back in the day it was like Trish and Lita and a few others, and it was a lot less so.
It was
so
all agented by Johnny Ace, and they were pulling their hair,
and he was looking up Sports Illustrated models or whatever.
Well, watch NXT for that these days, brother. Johnny Ace is back. Jesus.
Right, let's talk a little bit about Mustafa Ali. He obviously made a shock return to Monday Night Raw this week, defeating
He's not a pervert.
The Miz. No, absolutely
He's
not.
a lovely guy.
But it was nearly a lot worse, I should say. This is according to Fightful. So, like, no crap, Sean, just Sapp. I was about to say
Jonathan Sapp.
Jonathan, say no crap, Sean Ross Sapp. No crap, just Sapp. I've not said that for a while. Sean Ross Sapp, Fightful. Reporting that the original plan was to have Mustafa Ali lose his return against The Miz as well. Not like against Austin Theory, who's going to challenge. He's trying to challenge for the US title. Mustafa Ali, reportedly was going to lose. Thankfully, smarter heads for once prevailed. Ali had a meeting with John Laurinaitis on Monday. We talked about
the devil.
all this week, and he also confirmed, or Fightful confirmed regarding Mustafa Ali, that his contract isn't up until mid-2024. So if you're wondering why he went, you know what, I am going to head back to the ring, that's probably why, especially because it's not just the fact that his contract isn't up for another couple of years. They arguably could have frozen it due to like inactivity, and he could have been stuck in a Neville Pack scenario.
Do that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But, no indication so far per the report. Yeah, like I imagine, and again, this is just me speculating. It's nothing to put any stock into. I imagine that, like you said, Mustafa Ali has sat there and gone, they're not going to let me go. I'm going to be here for 2 years. I might as well work instead of rusting on a shelf. So, hey, fair play to him. He's got to make decisions, and I hope it works out for him for sure. A tough situation, absolutely. I cannot imagine what the thought process it was in going, hey, he should lose to The Miz. It's not
insane.
It's not how you push wrestlers, particularly ones who are coming back from an absence. So I'm sure people would concoct, if he was protected from an interference. No. That's not how professional wrestling has ever worked.
And it also just looks so bad on the company, wouldn't it? Like, I get it. You know, some people may, for whatever reason, agree with WWE saying, you've signed a contract, you've got to stay with us. That's that argument. I don't want to get into that. But if everyone watched them go, all right, back you come, and lose.
Yeah, it's just coarse, isn't it? Coarse, there's a Scottish word. It's cruel, is what I'm trying to say.
Chilly coots.
But chilly coots.
Anyway, moving on.
Right, LA Knight seems.
Yeah. Let me talk to you.
I'm gonna put it to you like this.
I love him.
Human catchphrase machine. He's great. He's done with NXT. It seems. This is another report here from Fightful Select. No crap. It's Jonathan Sapp.
Sorry about that, Sean.
We said earlier. What else could he be? Kron. The Kron's not a name. What rhymes with Sean? Krang. Sean Krang. Oh, gee whiz.
Can someone Photoshop Sean's face onto Krang, please?
No, don't do that. Just think we're being a prick. That's not good.
I am a little bit.
Yeah, you're a prick. I'm not a prick. I'm a hell of a guy. Right, LA Knight seems to be Fightful's Light report. I'm all over the place here. They're not coming up for anything for him in NXT. Mm-hmm. He is now effectively considered part of the main roster, and this is following recent dark appearances at SmackDown tapings. Now, he hasn't worked a match on the SmackDown taping on the Dark match since January. However, in recent weeks, you might have seen the clips he's been putting together. What is it? The Night. I've got it written down here somewhere. The Night Model Management. Nice. So he's taking some sexy men and turning them around. Mace was one. He is now face apparently, and Mansoor was hanging out with them last week in a Dark segment as well. So none of this has come to fruition on screen yet, but it seems to be something they're giving a trial run to. Interestingly, Fightful reported earlier in the month as well that WWE were considering calling Knight up as a manager, not a wrestler, on account of his mic skills, which we have just referenced. So the thing with LA Knight, when he's been Eli Drake or whatever he's gone by throughout his career, he's always been known as a promo and character guy over a wrestling guy. Now, I don't think he's a terrible wrestler. I think he's serviceable enough. So to me, it is a little bit weird that they're going, hey, we don't want maybe as a manager over a wrestler. He's serviceable enough to do a job, and he looks great as well, which helps. So to me, it's a bit straight. It's not like he's a complete catastrophe in the ring. But
or he's coming off a big injury or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. But, he's a great talker. We love him in the office. I mean, it's a great source of amusement watching him trying to crowbar every catchphrase he has.
Yeah.
Imagine talking to him in real life. Like, hey, LA, yeah, let me talk to you. It's just totally unnatural. I love it, though. It's really good fun. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand why you wouldn't bring him up as a wrestler, first and foremost, because like you say, he's more than passable in the ring.
He's not Kenta Kobashi, but
Exactly. But you can understand why, if Vince has been involved, obviously, as he has been in 2.0, that he's seen someone like LA Knight and the age that he is and gone, you're probably better off on the main roster. It just,
39, yeah.
It just works better for him. I don't know about, what's it called? Night
Model Management. Interesting.
We'll see how that one goes. But
interesting.
I'm interested to see what they do if they give him an opportunity. And like you say, he's someone who can win almost anyone over on the stick. So
yeah, it's like kind of interesting. Like, are you all right, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Night Model
Getting a bit emotional.
Sounds like something they do in NXT 2.0 as well.
Indeed.
Doesn't it? So it's a bit weird. What is the new gimmick they got?
I don't know. You have to narrow that one down.
I'm a businesswoman. I've got glasses.
Oh yeah, that's all part of the women's breakout tournament. Yeah.
Karen Brady coming through.
Speaking of NXT 2.0, nice segue there. We had a return on last night's show. The Viking Raiders returned to 2.0, defeating another one of my favourite couple of guys in NXT 2.0, Malik Blade and Idris Enofe in a match. They are set up to face the Creed brothers at Spring Breakin', which is their big show next week on telly, basically.
That could be fun.
Yeah, well, they're not doing anything with the Viking Raiders right now. They sort of went, maybe they're going to challenge the Usos. All right, not in Saudi Arabia, but on telly. All right, enough of that. So they're not doing anything with them right now. They may as well utilise them in NXT. They just destroyed Blade and Enofe, but there was a nice show of respect afterwards. And them getting together with the Creed brothers is actually really exciting for me.
Yeah, it could be a fun match for sure. I really miss the days of the Viking Raiders or Viking Experience or War Machine or Viking Machine or the Experience of War, whatever you want to call them. I do miss them in that, like, you don't really see them in like big popping matches anymore.
No.
It's a shame. You haven't really seen them in that kind of scenario since
WCPW.
Yeah, Ring of Honor. Since that takeover match they had in 2019.
Oh yeah, that was great.
The one we were at in Brooklyn. So yeah, I miss them a lot. I think they're really good. We just don't get a chance to show it very often. So hopefully this match with the Creed brothers will get a bit of time.
Just big, beefy boys just battering each other. It's going to be a belt of that next week. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, this is the thing that they should utilise NXT 2.0 for and utilise the main roster for, in terms of you're not doing anything up there. We could use someone with, years of experience to try and educate people. And I can't think of many others better than Eric and Ivar for the Creed brothers to learn from. So yeah, really excited about that. Nice little move and an enjoyable appearance on 2.0. Right, let's move on to your Twitter questions at WhatCulture WWE. Of course, we want to get in touch with us. First question today comes from Eddie Zamhari. He's coming through with some good questions this week,
He knows
Eddie.
what he's doing, Eddie. He's got the insight, man.
He says, hey guys, with John Cena praising Theory and Vince McMahon very high on Theory as a young John Cena, do you think we will see Cena versus Theory at SummerSlam for the US Championship?
Oh, that would be good, wouldn't it? That would be in WWE story context, that would be good. They're already taking shots at each other on Twitter.
Yeah.
Theory tweeted, hey, I'm better than John Cena.
On his birthday.
Yeah, prick. And then Cena replied and was like, you're great, but work hard, boy.
Yes.
Essentially. So
don't let that potential go to waste.
So I can absolutely see that match happening. I guess it's probably going to come down to John Cena's schedule, isn't it? Because that guy is a busy human being. So, yeah, I mean, it does make a lot of sense.
And hot take, very good in Suicide Squad.
The new one.
Yes.
That's
I finally got around to watching it.
Very impressive shot of John Cena's John Cena when he's in his pants as well.
Ooh.
He's in good shape.
My days.
He's so good at that, like, kind
He's
of
determined to fight for peace, and he'll kill any man, woman, or child to
Yeah.
get it. Brilliant.
This sounds like an insult, right? It's not. I like John Cena. He's very good at playing a charisma vacuum deliberately.
Yes.
Deliberately.
Yeah.
Like,
he started off doing it. Was it Trainwreck he was in with the what's her name?
Yeah,
he was
that's right.
He was just a jock, and that was it.
what's that film where it's a bunch of adults try to spoil their kids' party?
Yeah,
blockers.
Cock blockers. Not cock blockers.
Yeah,
it's called blockers.
It's got the cat.
He's got the cat.
He's good in that
He's
as well.
great in
except
that.
when he puts beer up his ass.
You know,
That's a
you and
bit
me
weird.
are just, you and I are okay, right?
It's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah, and if you haven't watched the TV show's apparently great as well. But yes, I completely agree. I think it's an ideal match. I'm sure Cena would be up for putting someone like Theory over. It'd be a huge thing for Theory at SummerSlam. Huge thing for the US title. Let's put some respect on those mid-card titles. Stop getting obsessed about those mid-card titles. WWE doesn't care about them.
And I understand you probably want to announce John Cena so you can sell tickets, but it'd be pretty cool in a nice bit of symmetry if Theory came out on the pay-per-view and went open challenge and John Cena.
Oh, yes, please.
Because he did that.
Yes,
obviously.
exactly. And it's probably going to come down to that in terms of scheduling as well anyway.
Yeah.
Cena, are you free tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not in ring shape, but okay. He's always in shape,
Exactly.
man. He's a beast.
Second question today comes from Edward Shirazhands.
Another legend.
Yes, he says, "G'day, gents. Edge's stable is apparently called Judgment Day.
You had to ruin it.
What's a better name?" Personally, I love this
He
suggestion, by
ruined
the
it,
way.
didn't
I'm going to say this normally because I think it's a fantastic suggestion from Edward. Personally, I'd go for the Night Boys and have Charles Boyle join. Yes! More Brooklyn Nine-Nine characters in WWE, please. Rosa, Rosa, Rosa. She'd wreck some people.
What about the Night Men?
But yes, what do you reckon is a better name than Judgment Day?
They registered a trademark recently for the Grand Jury, and I think that's quite a cool name. I like that a bit better than Judgment Day. I've just been calling them Blue Man Group in the office because why wouldn't you? I think they all need to shave their heads to make that really work. But yeah, Eiffel 66 because they're like one better than Eiffel 65.
Nice.
And they are blue dabby.
Indeed.
So.
I'm just going to stick with what I've said from the beginning. Edge and a Christian. Because he's called a priest. You get it. Matt Reigns. Michael Ambler's best friend, Matt Reigns.
All
been
the
in touch.
regulars are chiming in.
Indeed. He says, "Good morning."
Where's Jake?
Oh, he just missed out
Just
the
missed
cut.
the cut.
We'll get you tomorrow, Jake. Don't worry. Actually, we won't. It's not my problem tomorrow. So
Yeah,
if
we're
we
not
don't
here
answer your
tomorrow.
question tomorrow, Jake. Furious.
Yeah, raging.
Anyway, Matt says,
Flat F Friday, we'll be back.
"Oh yeah, morning guys." Anyway, Matt says, "With Double or Nothing about a month away, who would you both like to see challenge for both of the belts? Assuming most, if not all, will be defended. Cheers, brothers. P.S. Adam, does that mic behind you work?" Oh, interesting.
Oh, come on.
That's a good point. I don't really know what to do with this, but I'll see if it works.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, yeah, it's good. It's good, Matt. Thank you. Anyway.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
CM Punk obviously is the first obvious one at the
Chick Magnet Phil.
And we can't call who wins that in the office. We keep having arguments.
We go back and forth. Pasty bet pedigree right there. Serena Deeb after she beats Hikaru Shida this week.
Oh,
for the women's title.
nice.
I think that's a good way to
Rose.
go.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see this is your idea, but I would love to see Miro squash Sammy Guevara. I almost called him Sami Zayn. Sammy Guevara's goober ass.
I'm so glad you said that because I forgot he'd won the TNT Championship again.
else we got?
How could I forget? He's been all over social media.
Who's fighting the tags?
Oh, we talked about FTR, didn't we?
Yeah.
They're on a roll right now. Oh, I would like that, man. I'd want them to win. And I don't know whether it's the time
want
for them
them to win as well.
to take it off Jurassic Express.
Jurassic Express have not had a great run.
No. I mean, they've had a lot of defences.
Yeah, but the match quality has been okay when it should have been great.
Yeah, there's been a lot of like
Pay-per-view.
look, it's time for the Gun Club. They're undefeated. I was
Yeah.
like, what's this? Where's this come from? I don't know about Jade. I don't know whether Jade's actually going to defend it on Double or Nothing. She's kind of beating everyone.
Who's challenged for the Teebs title? How about someone from outside? An Impact? Maybe not. Maybe not Impact. Maybe the collaboration isn't going that way. It's quite tough to predict that actually, because she's kicked everyone's ass. She's beaten everyone who's like a
Give her a belt.
Yeah.
Alcoholic.
Hardcore.
There you go. Have we missed any more? I'm scared we're going to miss one of these.
I mean, they've already done Anna J, but they could run that back. I feel like that'd be quite
members
fun.
of the Anna J community would like that as well.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I think that's everyone.
Yeah.
We've probably forgotten someone. Let us know in the comments, though, who you'd like to see fight for all the belts.
No, they're not going to do
TBS, TNT.
Oh, what if they might do Ricky and Keith Lee for the FTW, maybe. That'd be cool.
Check out my interview with Swerve.
I can't do that.
I'm not sure.
I'm not as cool as Ricky Starks. Shockingly, neither of us are as cool as Ricky Starks.
No, exactly. Anyway, let's move on to today's and finally. Give a shout out to our friendly neighbourhood Kayfabe News channel. You know, we have
secret partnership.
Flippin' Marks is on there. He looks very similar to Simon Miller, but I don't know. Maybe it's like Ezekiel and Elias. Anyway, Kayfabe News announced overnight. We've teamed up with this sign guy at the Tom Nicks to create some shirts, and they are going to donate the proceeds to support women's reproductive health services in Texas, where they're under threat. You can get yours at prowrestlingtees.com/kayfabe news. It says pro science, pro choice, pro wrestling. If you want to get your hands on that, there you go. And a lovely touch, I thought that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the sign was very clever, and it's for a good cause.
Exactly. So go and support them with that, and just go and support and subscribe to Kayfabe News because it's brilliant. And Flippin' Marks, he just looks familiar. Can't place it, but no, I can't remember. One of the Basham brothers? No.
Johnny's.
No. Right, let us know your thoughts on that and all today's news stories in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on either iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasts. We're reviewing NXT 2, and looking at AEW Dynamite later on today. Plus, you can let us know your thoughts and Twitter questions on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE. Why say follow both of us? You can follow Andy Murray at.
Follow me at Andy H. Murray. The H stands for here is a very bad guy.
I was really worried for a split second there.
The thumb is in the bum. That's where you.
Yeah, I got that. Right, you can follow me on Twitter at Adam Wilborn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE.
He looks like he's curling out a dump.
You can subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcast from. But for now, my thanks to Andy Murray. Thank you for joining us. And we will see you soon.
Big John Thumb.